The Warlock. Quite mysterious. Magic and guns? In the same game. But how? Well, if I knew, I'd tell you. The Warlock is one of 3 announced classes in Destiny. They wear light armor, a blend of 20 to 80 armor to cloth ratios, meaning they can't take much of a beating before going down. Unique to the Warlock is the robe that they can wear. Only Warlocks are allowed to wear them. They are also distinguished by their rounded helmets. They're able to play the DPS or pseudo-healer role in the holy trinity of MMO class roles. Please note that there has been no mention of a traditional healing ability in Destiny, but you'll see why I mentioned the pseudo-healer role in a minute. Warlocks, quote, have long studied the Traveler, mastering its arcane powers. We know 2 of these arcane powers, or super abilities, thus far, Nova Bomb and Radiance, but I'll get into that in just a minute. There's also another non-super ability that we know of, called Solar Flare. We know of 2 focus specs for the Warlock so far, Circle of Night and Heart of Fusion. Circle of Night is a DPS build that makes you a glass cannon, very high damage, but very weak defensively. Circle of Night uses the Nova Bomb super ability, which deals damage in a large radius to all enemies within it. Circle of Night can utilize Nova Bomb in a few different ways. For example, you can have Nova Bomb do all of its damage up front, which is good for PvP, or you can have it do its impact damage and then leave a damage field that hurts enemies who enter it, which is more for PvE or zone control. Beyond that, the Warlock allegedly has passive abilities that can make the area of effect, or AoE, last longer, or grant the Warlock bonus damage against those who are afflicted by Nova Bomb. The other focus is more support-based. It's called Heart of Fusion. This focus is based around team support as opposed to damage. The super ability here is Radiance, which has the ability to revive and buff other players. The Heart of Fusion focus can also give the player the ability to increase control over a specific area. Examples given were, quote, blocking that doorway off or keeping people at a standoff. The other seemingly focus neutral ability is Solar Flare. Solar Flare resembles a grenade and seems to act like one as well, dealing fire damage in an area after detonation. Detonation appears to be time-based, but only after it touches the ground. For example, in the official gameplay video, Solar Flare bounces off the ground before exploding. It takes 38 frames, or about 1.26 seconds for it to explode. However, in the IGN behind closed doors version of the gameplay, it is thrown very high into the air and explodes on impact with the ground. We don't know what happens if it directly impacts an enemy within the activation window. We also don't know how long it takes for the grenade to arm itself, although it appears to be very fast. Now, don't let all this magic talk fool you. Warlocks are able to use every gun in the game. There are no restrictions. Warlocks are very interesting in Destiny, mainly because it is very rare to see a gun-wielding mage in a non-traditional RPG. It definitely seems to be the most popular by the community for that exact reason. But that is all the information I have for you on the Warlock. If you're still deciding on which class interests you most, check out the other 2 class videos to see which one will be right for you.